You take a freshly baked thumbprint cookie from the tray. Ich hasse diese Dinger. Das sind diese typischen, die in diesen blauen schwedischen Kackboxen da kamen. Mit diesen weißen Papiertütchen. War nicht meins. Hi, hier ist Max. Willkommen zurück zu The Crimson Diamond. Wir müssen noch eine Gesteinsprobe nehmen und dazu müssen die ganzen Vögel weg. Und ich sollte, glaube ich, langsam mal nachfragen, ob jemand weiß, wer Carl ist. Denn der wurde ja in diesem einen Telegramm erwähnt. Das machen wir mal. Ask about Carl. Jack said he posted it on the bulletin board there. Why don't you ask him about it? Gut, aber der wusste ja nicht, wer Karl ist. Ich frage einfach alle wegen Karl. So, also, wo waren denn überhaupt alle? Hier war keiner. Hier war keiner. Okay. Albert. Ask about Carl. Yes. Do you know anyone by that name, Mr. Esper? No, Miss Maple, I do not. Na gut, danke fürs Gespräch. Ask about Carl. Oh yeah, the name on the telegraph tape in the train station, right? I don't know anyone named Carl. There aren't many people in these parts. Maybe someone passing through? It was a pretty recent telegram, since it arrived after mine. Whoever he is, I hope he gets his message. What did the telegram say? I didn't read it, only glanced at the name. It's his telegram. None of my business. Fair. Wie sieht's mit dir aus, Kumpel? Who? I don't know anyone called Carl, Nancy. A friend of yours? No, not a friend of mine. Also keiner weiß was über Karl. Wer hockt oben noch? Oben hocken Nessa und Corvus. Carl? Who's that? Oh, no one I know. I was wondering if you did. Well, I don't. I went to school with a fellow named Carl back in England. Though I doubt he's the one to which you are referring. Did he ever visit Canada? Is he here now? No, neither. How can you be sure? He died soon after graduation. Oops. Ja, dann wohl nicht. Wen haben wir noch? Den... Margot. Margot ist doch hier auch noch irgendwo. Hey, kennst du Carl? Carl? I'm afraid I do not know him. Is he a charming friend of yours? Ja, okay. Also gut, keine Sau kennt Carl. Ich kenne aber Lilith. Zum Wohl. The smokehouse is small, but looks like it gets the job done. A grate close to the ceiling is blackened by wood smoke. You can see the orchard to the north, forest clearing to the west, and the river to the south. Look at logs. Good wood for smoking. Ja, richtig. Think about fish. Ah, schade. Kannst du nicht einfach den Fisch nehmen? Ich bin mir nicht sicher. Das mit dem Seil vielleicht. Ne? Tie shovel to rope. Tie rope. Okay. Dig hole. Please be more specific. Dig hole into ground. Row trowel. Tie rope to cormorant. This is the heart of the North American continent. Ja, das ist alles schön. Aber es ist lange nicht mal ein Sample, die ich nehmen kann. Don't disturb the cormorants. Offer fish to cormorant. Give fish. You take the duck call from the rotten log. Okay, gut. Zugegeben, ich habe mir das Ding schon mal angeguckt, aber nicht mit Examine. Und Examine ist etwas mehr als Look at. Korrekterweise. Also, blow whistle. A duck? Where? Enten? So. Also. Jetzt werde ich wahrscheinlich von den Dingern umgebracht, aber gut. Anfang 9. Take sample. You chip a sample out of the cliff using the ice pick and the hammer. Hooray! Looks like I've obtained a good cliff sample. Wonderful. I'm satisfied with my fieldwork and analysis for today. My, it's getting late, but I'm pleased with my work today. Your stomach rumbles. It's dinner time. Proceed to the dining room when you're ready to eat. Nein, wir müssen uns das erst noch angucken. Also, examine cliff sample. Upon closer inspection, you can see that the cliff sample is coarse-grained, leading you to conclude it is an intrusive igneous rock. Diamond is an intrusive igneous rock, meaning they formed below the Earth's surface, where they had time to form into larger crystals. It's possible that this area could be geologically suitable for diamonds. Rub cliff sample on plate. Because the specimens are embedded into the cliff sample, it's a bit too awkward to rub against the streak plate. That's okay, it's still a nice sample. Das heißt, hier ist es nicht nötig. Gut. Na dann, haben wir, glaube ich, alles getan. Und beenden den Tag. Wow, I've certainly worked up an appetite. Jack has prepared a delicious dinner of salted pork and buttered parsnips. Margot hasn't come down for dinner. Evan says she's not feeling well. Outstanding. Fantastic detective work, Nancy. You're a natural. So, Albert, I hear your field kit has gone missing. Too bad. Hätte ich das schon finden können, ist die Frage. Albert narrows his eyes. Mr. Richards, you must realize this is merely a delay, nothing more. See, I don't know about that. There's a war on. Canada might have bigger fish to fry soon enough. I get a feeling all this could get forgotten about. Well, I don't have my possessions stolen. Surely the lodge has a way to secure valuables. Yeah, sure. There are 2 trunks in the upstairs closet. Jack's got keys. I've only got a key for the blue trunk. You can look up your stuff in there. Lock up. That will have to do. And if something goes missing, there will be no mistaking who's to blame. And what about the automobile? Has it been fixed yet? Jack and I have looked at the automobile. I don't have the part with me, but I will bring it the next time I visit. I suppose that will have to do. I don't care, one way or the other. Everyone seems to be eager to escape the dinner table. Ooh, these dinners are pretty tense. You follow Jack into the kitchen and help him with the dishes. Gee, thanks, miss. Oh, can you do me another favor? Take this bowl of broth up to Margot. She's still not feeling well. She's in her boudoir. She says being surrounded by beautiful things makes her feel better. Sure thing, Jack. Game has auto-saved. Ja, jetzt mache ich hier nämlich Anfang 10 für diesen Teil. Also, habe ich die Brühe schon? Ja, habe ich schon. Look at broth. Examine broth. The steam from the broth fogs up the loop. You can't examine it more closely. Eavesdrop. It's a myth that cormorants hunt fish that are prized by fishermen. Unfortunately, the birds have been subject to many attempted exterminations. This colony suffered when Crimson was a garnet mining town, but it's recovered since. The nesting colony on the cliffs to the southwest of the lodge is the only intact example for many kilometers. I'm so relieved to hear that the colony survived. Nature is so resilient. It is, to a point. But should the government return and claim this land for its so-called precious stones, the entire nesting colony will be at risk. This cannot be allowed to happen. Oh dear. Nathan and Kimmy continue to chat about cormorants and other birds. You find yourself starting to nod off. Talk to Richards. Talk to Richards. I'm enjoying some peace and quiet. Kimmy's ja, okay. Habe ich was mit ihm zu quatschen? Nein, okay. Hier haben wir nix. Hier ist nix. Hier ist keiner. Hier ist auch keiner. Hier ist keiner. Talk to Nessa. Good evening, Nessa. You are constantly underfoot, Nancy. I came up here for some peace and quiet. Entschuldigung. Eavesdrop with glass. You don't hear any voices behind Albert's bedroom door, even with the aid of the drinking glass. Though you can barely discern some quiet noises, as if someone is shuffling papers at a desk. Knock. You knock lightly on Albert's door. Leave me alone, whoever it is, I'm busy. Naja, dann nicht. Na gut, jetzt kriegt sie erstmal ihre Suppe, bevor die kalt wird. Give broth to Margot. Margot, Jack made me some broth for you. Oh, he's so wonderful. Please set it down on this table. Talk to Margot. Are you feeling okay, Margot? Today my body aches a bit. I've been feeling a bit under the weather recently. I will probably feel better tomorrow. Ask about field kit. I'm sorry, Miss Maple. Us women, sometimes I feel like we are more prone to ailments than men do, no? There's no doctor in Crimson anymore. If you are in need of aid, you should hasten home. Ich wollte doch nur was über mein Field Kit fragen. Oh, hello, Nessa. I hear voices near his doorway. Ja, gut. Eavesdrop with glass. With the help of the drinking glass, you do whatever you do. Nessa, what do you want? Jack asked me to bring this water up to you. And I thought we could have a little chat besides. I knew there was a catch. I know how hard it is for us women to make it in the West. Das gleiche Gespräch nochmal. Is that so? Indeed, especially for women who have lived particularly roughly, such as yourself. What do you mean? I have a very good memory for faces, and there's no mistaking one as pretty as yours. That bad bit of business up in Skagway? The Mounties never caught you, though they did try. There were wanted posters, pasted up as far south as Niagara Falls. Break it off with Evan and leave Crimson, and maybe I won't tell. Ha! The things I've seen, the things I've done, you don't frighten me, you old hag. You will get nothing, do you hear me? I will make sure of that. Skagway was lawless because people looked the other way, but up here, there is no one to see what could happen. Watch out. I figured as much, silly little gold digger. You watch out. Könnte sein, vielleicht wird sie jetzt vergiftet mit Arsen. Dann müssten wir uns fragen, war das Arsen in der Wasserglas oder in der Brühe? Oh. Look at table. There's a petite round side table with a silver finish. Look at broth. The bowl of broth has spilled. Thankfully, it hasn't dripped onto the luxurious carpet. Look at glass. It's Margot's drinking glass. It's spotless and shiny. Use powder on glass. Ach so, apply powder on glass. Okay. Ask about Nessa. She needs to leave. She's not welcome here. Ask about broth. Clumsy me, I've accidentally knocked it over. But do not worry, I would prefer this refreshing water. Ask about water. Ask about arsenic. Arsenic is considered a poison, but it does have its uses. It's not bad in essence, just how it is used. Take pitcher. Mademoiselle, please leave the pitcher and glass with me. Though I haven't much of an appetite, I still get thirsty. Ich sag euch, die stirbt. Dann könnten wir aber Jack fragen. Oder Richards. Das tatsächlich stimmt mit dem Wasser. Ask about water. What? Ask about water for Margot. Ask about Margot. She's my gal. Ask about Nessa. You can't pick your family, you know. Ask about pitcher. What? Ask about arsenic. Arsenic? Ask Jack. Jetzt muss er. Hast du Arsen? Hä, was, wofür? Oh, nix. Ask about water. Ask about arsenic. Poison? Like rat poison? We don't have any of that. No rats here. Biggest pests we have are flies. Strips of flypaper deal with flies. The stickiness traps them. What's in the flypaper? I never bothered to read the label on the box. The printing is tiny. Okay, gut. Das ist jetzt der Hinweis, dass wir da theoretisch schauen könnten. Ask about field kit. Ask about Margot. She met Evan and Crimson a few years ago. Ask about Nessa. Scary lady. Not a very nice woman. Okay, Schlüssel. Das wäre noch eine Möglichkeit. Ask about trunk keys. Sorry, Miss Maple, I don't know anything. But ask about keys. Key. What key? Ask about chest key. Ask about keys. Ask about trunk key. Ask about Cellar Key. Ich habe doch jetzt keine Aufgabe mehr, oder? Also, das hat mir niemand gesagt, ne? You clean up the spill and decide to take the empty bowl back downstairs to wash. Merci beaucoup, mademoiselle. You're so helpful. Okay, dann bringen wir das jetzt runter. Dann schickt er mich nochmal wegen irgendwas hoch und dann ist sie tot. Ne? Return bowl. Wash bowl. Give bowl to Jack. Thanks, miss. I really appreciate the help. Tell you what, I'll brew you up a cup of tea and bring it to you in the conservatory. You head into the conservatory. Nathan and Kimmy are still talking about birds. You had no idea anyone could be so keen about a topic. Jack brings you a piping hot cup of chamomile tea from flowers he grew himself. Geil, Kamillentee. Das ist immer noch das Beste. The combination of the warm tea, the comfy couch and the slightly boring conversation lull you to sleep. Until... Jetzt kommt der Schrei von oben, passt auf. Nope. Fast. You happily doze on the couch until you are awoken by a commotion upstairs. You head toward the source of the noise and find yourself in Nessa's bedroom. You rush into the room to find Nessa and Evan standing nearly nose to nose in a heated conversation. Oh dear. Oh, hi, Nancy. Someone stole my ruby brooch. I demand you recover my brooch and bring the perpetrator to justice. There are so many suspicious people milling about. You mean besides you? Nathan, for one. It's obvious that he's hanging around just waiting for you to die, so that he can finally get his hands on all of this. And then there's Margot. Enough! It's clear that Evan is at his limit. His eyes flash with anger momentarily, but it fades just as quickly. He grimaces, shrugs, and then looks away. Got my hands full as it is. Curios smashed too. Bunch of stuff's gone. What? Some of that's mine, huh? Someone's robbing me blind. How dare you? You probably misplaced your brooch. As for the curio, I bet you smashed it yourself because I told you I'd lost the curio key and it was locked up tight. I know you're here to get what you think you're owed any way you can, huh? So don't expect any of my help. I'm done with this. Keep your voice down, why don't you? Margot's resting. Huh? I'm gonna go check on her. Don't get me involved. I should take a closer look at the jewelry box. And I should also examine the curio cabinet in the room I'm sharing with Kimmy. Oh, I remember reading a mystery novel where fingerprints helped solve a crime. Chapter 3. Investigations. A note has been added. Gut, also talk to Nessa. What seems to be the matter, Nessa? Someone's broken into my jewelry box and stolen my very expensive ruby brooch. Oh dear, it's obvious to me that Margot took it, the little vixen. Or maybe it was Nathan. He certainly comes and goes as he pleases. I don't trust him. Kimmy spends a lot of time upstairs. It could have been her. Ask about brooch. The brooch is worth a lot of money. You must find it for me. Wieso ich eigentlich? Ich bin hier Geologin. Ask about jewelry box. Someone somehow opened my jewelry box and stole my ruby brooch. I still have the key, so they must have gotten in another way. Ask about key. Ask about intruder. Ask about... Wo war sie eigentlich? Time. Ask about when it happened. Ja, okay, das versteht's nicht. Vielleicht kann ich hier auch gar nicht mehr fragen. Examine box. The smooth wood looks unharmed. The box probably wasn't forced open. I think I see some oily smudges on the jewelry box. I've now got this container that's perfect to hold any helpfully powdery substance I might come across. This sticky white tape I've got should be useful for lifting any fingerprints I find. I just need a powdery substance to reveal any fingerprints that might be on smooth surfaces. Aber das habe ich doch. Was ist das da? Ach, das ist die Pfeife. Aber, oder ist da kein Pulver mehr drin? Okay, also anscheinend ist es doch leer. Find a powdery substance. I find it wholesome to be alone the greater part of the time. To be in company, even with the best, is soon wearisome and dissipating. I love to be alone. Oh, mon cher, you say that, but you do not mean it. You know, I'm just reading, darling. Skip to my favorite part. The French-Canadian woodchopper? You got it. Do the accent, too. Whatever the lady likes. Oh, Nancy, come sit and listen. My Evan is such a good reader. You're a sweet talker. You can if you want, Nancy. I'm reading it anyway. Thanks, but maybe another time. Ich brauch powder. Sorry to interrupt your romantic session. Ask about powder. Sure, sometimes the fireplaces get a bit dirty. Corvus got some soot on his shoe the other day. He wouldn't stop complaining about it. Jack does what he can, and it's good enough for me. Good evening, Jack. It was lovely and so relaxing that I nodded off on the couch for a bit. Jack is spooning jam into unbaked cookies on a tray. There's another tray by the window full of freshly baked cookies that are now cooling. That's about it for the jam. I'm making up some thumbprint cookies. They're Margot's favorite. I'm hoping to get some food in her. She's not feeling well and doesn't have much of an appetite. Though I had more jars of raspberry jam thought I had. Mr. Richards loves these cookies too. He'll put a bunch of them in his pockets to snack on later. It makes doing his laundry a bit more challenging, but I guess I take it as a compliment. Aha. Ask about suit. There's only so much work I can do. Suit's so powdery, when I try cleaning the stuff gets everywhere. Okay, ask about cookies. These here are hallongrotta. It's a Swedish word. My grandma used to make them. They're called thumbprint cookies in Canada. Have them, Margot, love them. I fill them with raspberry jam that I make myself. Grow the raspberries too. What does hallongrotta mean? Means raspberry cave. Take cookies. You take a freshly baked thumbprint cookie from the tray. Ich hasse diese Dinger. Das sind diese typischen, die in diesen blauen schwedischen Kackboxen da kamen. Mit diesen weißen Papiertütchen. War nicht meins. Examine cookie. Jack's thumbprint forms the jam reservoir. Too bad it's not really a good sample for comparison. Take suit. This tin is the perfect container to dispense the suit I've obtained. Machen wir erstmal das. Put suit on glass. Aha. Powdering Margot's drinking glass reveals a fingerprint. Put a piece of strip on glass. Roll. Plaster. Put plaster on fingerprint. Take fingerprint. Okay, you tear off a piece of tape and press it onto the powdered fingerprint. Ah, here's Margot's fingerprint. Congratulations, you've obtained a fingerprint. Type compare fingerprints to check which fingerprints you have yet to obtain. I need a complete set of fingerprints from everyone before I can make any definitive conclusions. Nein, theoretisch reichen 2. Wenn du 2 identische hast, kannst du damit eine Conclusion machen. There has to be a fingerprint somewhere on Nessa's jewelry box. The curio cabinet would probably benefit from... Okay, ja. Okay, also ich brauche jetzt 8 Millionen Fingerprint. Wo ist der denn jetzt hin? Lässt sich ein Bad ein. Look at Margot. Oh dear. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the smashed glass front of the curio cabinet. Jagged shards litter the rug. Examine. Cabinet. The glass is jagged and sharp. I wonder if the perpetrator left any marks behind. If there are any, I need something to help me see them. The pair of antique silver steins is missing. Inspect. Cabinet. Silver steins are missing. Okay, use and apply powder to cabinet. Apply suit to broken glass. Was auch immer. Guck mal, hier ist was in seinem Müll. The wastepaper basket is full of ink-splattered paper, most likely a result of Corvus' leaky pen. Tape paper. Das interessiert ihn natürlich gar nicht. Moment. Ich habe Corvus' Fingerprint? Ja, okay. Ask about fingerprint. Oily smudges, I hate them. Take Nessa's fingerprint, ist mir jetzt egal. Da muss ich mir jetzt helfen. Hör auf, mir mal das Gleiche zu sagen. Examine, nein, okay. Put suit on box. Examine box. Suit in tin. Aber ich habe das... Okay, dann ist das, glaube ich, falsch programmiert. Ja. Okay, apply suit on box. Okay, danke schön. Dachte schon, was... Weil vorhin hat es ja geklappt bei dem Glas. Das war einfach nur in dem Fall falsch gemacht. Ne? Take fingerprint. You carefully mark the back of this fingerprint as evidence taken from Nessa's jewelry box. Ask for fingerprint. Nessa, can I take your fingerprint? It might help me solve who burgled your jewelry box. I read in a book that fingerprint patterns are unique to individuals. I just need to apply some suture. Oh, fine, do what you need. You carefully brush some soot onto Nessa's finger, then press a square of adhesive plaster on top. Nessa makes a face while you do this. You've obtained a lovely, clear impression of Nessa's fingerprint. Perfekt. Ich würde sagen, bevor die Folge zu lang wird, machen wir hier ein kleines Päuschen. Hier ist warm wie Sau. Naja, wenn es euch gefallen hat, würde ich mich über einen Daumen nach oben oder einen netten Kommentar freuen. Ansonsten sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge von The Crimson Diamond. Bye bye.
Ich guck mir 1000 Steine an und kratze über Porzellan. Ja, das mach ich, was hast du kehrt? Ich bin ein Als Nancy Maple. Fühlen und Drinks sag ich nicht nein.